Magnesium supplements are one of those things that you don't really think about until you actually try one and realize how much your body needed it. When I first picked up the Magnesium Citrate Complex 500 milligrams, I wasn't expecting a miracle. It's marketed as a high absorption formula for calm, relaxation, and digestion support. Made in Canada, soy-free 60 capsules. Basically a 2-month supply. It sounded simple enough, but I decided to give it a fair test for a few weeks to really see how it felt. The first thing I noticed was how clean the label looked. No long list of additives, no weird fillers, just a straightforward blend of magnesium citrate and magnesium oxide. That combo matters because citrate is known for being easier for the body to absorb, while oxide is there to make sure you get enough elemental magnesium in every dose. A lot of supplements go too heavy on oxide, which means your body doesn't actually use most of it. But this one seems to balance the two forms pretty well. Now, for anyone new to magnesium, it's one of those minerals that does almost everything behind the scenes. It's involved in muscle and nerve function, helps you manage stress, supports your digestion, and even plays a role in energy production. But modern diets, caffeine, and stress can deplete magnesium levels faster than you think. That's why supplements like this can make such a big difference, especially if you're someone who constantly feels tense, gets muscle twitches, or struggles to unwind at night. When I started taking it, I stuck with 1 capsule a day, usually after dinner. I'd take it with a full glass of water and then just carry on with my normal routine. The first few days, I didn't notice much beyond a subtle change in digestion. Things felt a little smoother, more regular. Nothing extreme, just consistent. By the end of the first week, I realized that my body felt a little less tight. That post-gym muscle stiffness wasn't as noticeable. Around that time, I also started sleeping more soundly. Not dramatically longer, but I was falling asleep easier, and my mind wasn't racing as much at night. There wasn't any crash or heavy sedative feeling. It was more like my body was settling into a calmer rhythm. The kind of calm that feels natural rather than forced. I also noticed that I woke up feeling less drained, even after shorter nights. It's subtle, but when you pay attention, you realize your recovery feels smoother. Digestively, it's got that magnesium citrate effect, which means it helps keep things moving. For most people, that's a good thing. It's gentle. You're not running to the bathroom, but you do feel that your system is operating better. Anyone who's ever struggled with bloating or occasional constipation will understand how big a deal that is. For me, it felt like my body was just processing food more efficiently. What I appreciated most was that there were no harsh side effects. Some magnesium supplements can cause stomach cramps or loose stool if the dosage is too high or if the form is too aggressive. But this one was smooth. No discomfort, no weird aftertaste, no bloating. It also didn't mess with my appetite or energy levels, which was a relief because I've tried cheaper magnesiums before that, threw my digestion off completely. One thing I'll say though, if you're expecting a supplement to change your life overnight, magnesium isn't that kind of product. It's more about quiet consistency. You take it daily, and over time, you start realizing that certain problems just aren't as present anymore. You feel calmer under pressure. Your sleep is better. Your digestion behaves. Your muscles recover faster. It's like your body's background system starts syncing the way they're supposed to. The formula itself feels well thought out. The citrate part handles absorption, while the oxide adds that extra dose of magnesium without making the price shoot up. It's soy-free and made in Canada, which also gives me confidence about its quality control and ingredient sourcing. I've noticed that supplements manufactured under stricter standards tend to cause fewer side effects, and this one fits that pattern perfectly. After a few weeks of consistent use, I could definitely say I was feeling the benefits. My post-workout soreness had dropped noticeably. Nights felt calmer, no tossing and turning for an hour before sleep, and my stomach just felt more stable. That's honestly one of the biggest things for me because digestion plays such a big role in how your whole body feels day to day. The cool part is, this isn't one of those products that relies on hype or caffeine or synthetic stimulants. It's just giving your body something essential that it already uses in hundreds of ways. When you give your system what it needs, everything else runs better. That's the kind of effect that doesn't fade after a week. It builds up. Of course, it's not perfect. Some people might find magnesium oxide less effective since it doesn't absorb as easily. If you have a sensitive stomach, even this gentle formula might still feel a bit too active at first. It's worth starting slow. 1 capsule with food, lots of water, and seeing how your body reacts before upping the dose. And if you already take a multivitamin that includes magnesium, just be mindful not to overdo it. But for me, this product hit a sweet spot. It's simple, effective, and clean. No artificial dyes, no sugar, no filler junk that you see in cheaper supplements. The capsules are easy to swallow, and the bottle design makes it feel like a premium product without the premium price tag. What I like about magnesium citrate in general is that it's not just for physical benefits. It has that mental edge too. When your magnesium levels are where they should be, you genuinely feel less anxious. Your nerves don't fire off as easily, and your mind feels more stable. There's a kind of grounded energy that replaces that jittery tension most of us carry around from stress and caffeine. It's not something you can fake, and you really notice it when it's gone. By week 3, I was honestly sold. It had become part of my evening ritual. Dinner, capsule, water, chill. I'd wind down faster, my muscles felt less heavy, and I didn't get those random eye twitches or restless legs that sometimes show up after long days. I even caught myself recommending it to a friend who's constantly exhausted from work stress. So, would I buy it again? Absolutely. It's the kind of supplement you don't hype up, but quietly keep in your routine because it works. It doesn't try to do too much. It just supports what your body already needs help with. That's what makes it a winner in my book. If I had to describe it in one sentence, I'd say this Magnesium Citrate Complex is like a silent stabilizer for your system. You don't feel high energy spikes or sudden crashes. You just notice that everything feels smoother, calmer, and more in balance. For anyone looking to ease tension, improve sleep, or just feel a little more at peace physically and mentally, this is a solid choice. It's easy to take, it's gentle, and it's actually doing something inside your body that's measurable. If you stay consistent, you'll feel it. It's not about instant gratification, it's about long-term balance. And that's the best part about it. You don't need a fancy routine or expensive stack. Just 1 capsule a day, a bit of patience, and your body does the rest. If you've been curious about magnesium supplements, I'd say this is a great place to start. It's affordable, it's well formulated, and it just works quietly behind the scenes to keep you feeling your best. I've tried enough supplements to know that most of them promise more than they deliver. This one, though, it keeps its promise. Calm, relaxation, digestion support. Nothing flashy, just results that sneak up on you. And that's exactly what you want from something that's meant to help you feel balanced, not boosted. So, if you're watching this and you've been dealing with stress, muscle tension, or trouble sleeping, maybe it's time to give your body a little help. Magnesium Citrate Complex might just be that subtle, steady upgrade your system's been waiting for.